I am Ethan Brooks, and what I am about to show you will change how you see crypto forever. Visa, one of the most powerful payment companies on planet Earth, a company that processes trillions of dollars every single year, a company that your parents use, that your bank uses, that governments use. They just made a statement about XRP, and the crypto world is not ready for what it means. Here is the number that stopped me cold when I saw it. $1 billion. Visa processed over $1 billion in RLUSD volume in a single month on their blockchain platform alone, and that number is still climbing. But here's what nobody is telling you. That $1 billion number is just the surface. What is sitting underneath it is something that could reprice every asset in the crypto market, and I am going to show you exactly what that is before this video ends. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, you are going to understand why September 2025 could be the most important month in XRP history. And if you leave before I get there, you will miss the one piece of data that changes everything. Let me give you the full picture of what Visa actually did here, because most people are reading this completely wrong. Visa is not a crypto company. Let me say that again. Visa is not a crypto company. They are the backbone of global payments. They process more money in a single day than most countries see in a year. When Visa moves, the entire financial world pays attention. And right now, Visa is processing stablecoin transactions on their own blockchain service. Not testing it, not piloting it in a small market. Actually processing real money through blockchain rails every single day. The stablecoin transaction space has grown into a multi-trillion-dollar monthly volume across all major payment providers. Tens of trillions annually, already exceeding traditional card rails in raw throughput. Read that again. Exceeding traditional card rails. The technology that Visa built its entire empire on is being outperformed by blockchain, and Visa knows it. That is why they moved. Not because someone told them to, because the math demanded it. But wait, because here is where it gets deeper than anyone is reporting. Visa is not just processing these transactions for fun. They are holding massive amounts of treasuries and earning interest on every single stablecoin dollar that flows through their system. They built a financial model so powerful that blockchain makes them more money than their old system ever did. So when Visa says they are processing $1 billion of RLUSD monthly, they are not just adopting crypto. They are building a new revenue engine on top of XRP infrastructure. And they are not alone. MasterCard is doing it. JP Morgan is doing it. The largest financial institutions on the planet are quietly integrating this technology, while retail investors are still arguing about whether crypto is real. This is not a one-off fluke. This is a structural shift, and it has already begun. Now, I promised you something shocking at the beginning of this video, and here it is. The CEO of Coinbase just confirmed that Washington is preparing to accelerate crypto rulemaking around $30 trillion in U.S. financial systems immediately after the Clarity Act passes. $30 trillion. That is not a typo. That is not speculation. That is the CEO of one of the most regulated crypto companies in America, stating on record that $30 trillion is waiting at the door. And the White House just announced they are rushing to pass the Clarity Act before July 4th. July 4th. That is weeks away. Not months, not years, weeks. When that door opens, $30 trillion does not trickle in. It floods in. And every asset sitting inside that infrastructure gets repriced violently upward. XRP sits at the center of that infrastructure. But wait, because the story does not stop in America. Japan is moving. And when Japan moves, the rest of Asia follows within 12 to 24 months. Japan's first XRP ETF approval is expected within the next couple of years. And here is why that number is massive. The largest economies in the world, Japan, Germany, China, the entire Asian economic bloc, have not yet given their citizens full access to XRP ETFs. We are talking about tens of trillions of dollars in value, sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the ETF corridor to open. And at a recent XRP event hosted in Japan, the turnout was record-breaking. Thousands of people flooding in, not to speculate, not to gamble, to learn about an asset they believe is going to define the next financial era. These are not retail traders chasing a pump. These are educated investors in the third largest economy on Earth, positioning themselves before the ETF door opens. Now here's the part of this story that most channels will never show you. Because it requires understanding something that most retail investors have never heard of. China just injected 304 billion yuan into their economy. This week alone, 304 billion. And that is just China. The global M2 money supply, the total amount of money circulating across every major economy on Earth, has been consistently rising since March. Multiple countries printing money simultaneously. Now here's what that means for XRP specifically, and this is the data point I promised you at the beginning. There is a consistent 3 to 4 month lag between when new liquidity enters global markets and when that liquidity shows up in crypto price appreciation. It has happened every single cycle, without exception. The liquidity started entering in March. Add 3 months, that puts us at June. Add 4 months, that puts us at July. The Clarity Act passes by July 4th. 30 trillion enters the market. Global M2 liquidity hits crypto markets with a 3-month lag. Japan ETF momentum builds. Visa confirms XRP infrastructure is real. Every single catalyst converging at the same moment. And here is the final piece of the iceberg that most people cannot see from the surface. The Middle East situation. The chaos in global energy markets. The pressure it has been putting on Bitcoin and XRP is temporary. It is noise. And sophisticated investors know the difference between noise and signal. The signal is this. We are approaching the 1-year mark of the current bear market. Historical data across 2 of the last 3 bear markets shows a consistent 12-month pattern before the next major price move begins. October of last year was when this bear market started. 12 months puts us at October this year. But with the Clarity Act, global liquidity, Visa adoption, and Japan ETF momentum all hitting before October, the move could come earlier than history suggests. This is not about hype. This is not about hope. This is about convergence. Multiple structural forces, all pointing at the same outcome at the same time. Visa confirmed the infrastructure is real. Coinbase confirmed 30 trillion is waiting. China confirmed the liquidity is flowing. Japan confirmed the adoption is coming. The White House confirmed the Clarity Act is urgent. And XRP sits at the center of all of it. The question is not whether this is happening. The question is whether you are positioned before September, before the Clarity Act, before the ETF corridor opens, before $30 trillion finds its way into the infrastructure you are already holding. The smartest money in the world does not wait for confirmation. It positions on convergence. You just saw the convergence. Stay wise, stay positioned. I am Ethan Brooks, and I will see you in the next one.